passion fruit. Somebody told me, never keep your head straight, because the Rubik's Cube is right here. And they have a fork, a Y and a sometimes Y. You understand? A Y and a sometimes Y. Sometimes when you begin to think, sometimes when you're thinking, you keep it straight, they can connect to here, they can connect to here and here, the Y. But if you're on an angle, they're going to bang into the wall. That's what I'm assuming, because somebody told me. So I figured if I put the Rubik's Cube on my head, maybe it'll help. Maybe if I put it on my head this way, actually. Don't forget, I can put it this way, I can put it this way, and I can put it this way, and this way. What was I going to say? "12 directions, 12 o'clock, tic-tac-toe." How do you get tic-tac-toe to this? Every point counts for 6, and in between each point counts for 6. 30 degrees times 12 is 360. 86 is the divisible number. Agent 86. Why? Because 30 and 30 is 60, plus 32 is 92. Take away 20% of this equals 86. This can be your 16 clock, which makes 22.5 degrees. 15 times 15, 22.5. You can take this and divide up Monopoly. 4 times this is 64. You can now play chess. 1125 is half of this. 11.25, spirit, angel, and man. 5 times 5 is 25. How does it work? Well, 5E is in the center, and the first letter that comes in the center with the same family is the F. Say F. Say E. Say EF. Say F. Say deaf. You have it all in one word. So therefore, this number of the F being valued at 8 in Chandelier may be for its own reason that it's actually 4 and 4. It says as the 6th letter because it's connected with the letter previous. Why is that? Because when you look at the deck of cards, the 8 card owns the 7 card, and it owns the 6 card. Talking about owns is 11. Spirit, angel, and man 11. Man 10, 21. This would be your chessboard. Another thing I wanted to mention, and I don't think I did this in my last video, I'll have Nunavut, I'll have Nibiru, and all the areas of Nunavut in Canada. When they say Nunavut in Canada, it's a very special word, because look at this word over here. It's rare. You want to know where the 5 is? Well, on the Canadian $5 bill in French, there is no U after Q, and I don't care if it comes at the end of the word. You know why? Because this letter comes right after I. I is me. I am the I. I am the Q of the angel of the wing of Inuit. 8 in French, because the H is silent, so the chair does not take its place because it takes the place with you and none of it. Areas colder, minus 30 degrees all week. They don't have the letter U, and Nibiru connects to this, which is the primary station of what's going on in Canada, and not just what's going on in Canada, because don't forget, you can receive information, but be at home. Or you can receive the information as a vibration that's coming down into Canada and pick it up in Alaska, or maybe Hawaii. I don't know. I only create the situations of games already, games people played. And I implicate the Pythagorean, the chandelier, the geometry of vibration of the inside of the piano, are just basic numbers. Any Joe can do basic numbers. That's what I do. I do all basic numbers. I'm just a Joe. Co-Joe. Costco, Care Joe. Let's go back onto this paper. And I wasn't going to do a video. You know what I love? I really came on this video to talk about passion. Passion fruit. Do you want me to tell you about passion fruit? I was having this feeling. I said, ooh, I'm getting a little horny. I have to tell you the real truth. I'm saying I'm getting a little horny. And I said to myself, I can do something about it. But then the passion to talk to everybody else out there is going to be so much greater because I haven't given myself anything to beat the passion. The passion would be the sexual passion. But because I don't take away the sexual passion, how can you get so much better than that? You don't take that away, then you have the passion equal in all areas. And my passion is to look into the words and See where the numbers go in their areas, shapes, designs, and colors, based on also of games people play and what science and the elements have already put together in numbers. And I bring it out the way I see it in my own view. For the better understanding of sharing with others, I try to explain it in basic numbers, because that's all I know. I could know more, but where am I going to go? I'd be one-on-one. One-on-one forever, you're having a hard time. But now I'm 100 with one. And one-on-one. So passion has a reason that when you outdo a compelling feat, you lose that vitality of what the passion has brought to you. So if I would go out and have sex right now, most likely what I'm thinking in my head right now is what I'm thinking, okay? I'm saying if I have sex right now, I'm not going to come on here right away and have that compassion compelling me, because right now this is the strongest vibration I feel. If I get a vibration that's larger, one will cancel the other. I don't care what you say. Maybe you can concentrate better. But the compassion within, I can't see it. But I'm a guy, so it must be different, because even while I talk like this, I feel it down here. I feel it. I feel that passion. Not a horny passion, but I really feel them zinging around in there like I'm thinking, and I feel it down to there. I wish I was a woman for a day and do the same thing to see. My God. So that passion. Next thing I want to talk about is 28. 28 is a man's day. Right over here. When you go all on the outside, it's 28. It's the number of man. It's the number of days in the moon, in which the moon gets cut short. Do you know why? Because it's a 10-day moon and a 5-day moon. One day, you see, the 10-day moon is Mars moons. They get 5 and 5 for each moon. Luna gets 5 days for its moon. That's a 15-day. And if we were working as 15 hours on the clock, as in metric time, okay, of 15 hours a day from the Mayan time of the J, why? October and May. That's Mayan. They own that. It's all theirs. The 5 is from one world. The 10 is from the other world. 10, 9. It's a birth of what they brought into this world. Do you know what happened? Why we add 7 on all the time for a man's birth? 135, 135. Add the 7 is 277. Why? Because God said, I didn't make man in one day. He said he made him on the 6th day. He rested on the 7th day. So therefore, if you only count to 1, you got a problem. He starts to think on the 5th day of what he's doing on the 6th day. E and F. E and F, 6 and 5 is 11, but it's 6 and 5 is 11. 5 and 5 is 10, 6 and 6 is 12. The Mayans, they own the month of May. Nothing, what I want to know, when something happens, I want to know about May. There's a piece inside of May. I don't know if it's the beginning of May, the end of May, the halfway of May, but something about May is more than anything else, because in the deck of cards, and on the Mayflower where green is with yellow, but blue exchanges with green, yeah, Get Smart told me that. He says, you can exchange blue with green. I says, how do you do it? He says, well, put on these glasses. And voila. This is really blue, so I can't exchange it, okay? And the light is off. You also need the right light. So we're going to get back into over here. Here we got the month of May, okay? The other thing I wanted to mention is Jupiter 114, 99 plus the egg. Jupiter owns a moon, and Saturn would own 2 moons. So Saturn would be 93 and 30 is 123, ABC. Saturn's got its moons. Did you follow me why? Because moon equals 57. 57 and 57 is 114. 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, and a pig is pregnant. If his pig is pregnant and it ends up with 18 babies, that's 6, 6, and 6. You can't do any better, because in a square, you want all the sides possible, because you have 6 sides, but that's not all you have. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You got 14 corners, plus the 1 in the center is 15. And here's your 0. Here's your 0. Let's start thinking about what we can do to make sure that whatever we speak about is not real, but it is real, because we have to find how we can make it real. It's got to be real. Is real. Is real. Oh my God, we have to make it real. All right. Let's go on to the next thought. We can do that, can't we? Don't screw with me. Mr. Tackpans, I'm watching you. I know where you go. I know what you do, Mr. Tackpans. I have you in the back of my head. So whatever you're thinking, let me know, because I'm interested. I'd like you to come forward with it, Mr. Tackpans. Hey! Right back at you. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, why were we talking like this? Because we're jumping into we the people. We, okay, is a value of 94. W equals 69. 69 plus 5 is 74. Christ. E equals 20. 74 and 20 is 94. 9 and 4 was 13, or 2013 if you want to end it that way. The word the is 114. Bring on Abraham, because if I remember right, Abraham is 114. KD, Kraft Dinner, bring it on. Talking about Jupiter, talking about the moons of Saturn. Saturn is 93, which is actually 279, and whatever the value is added, I don't know what it is the other way, but Saturn would get the 2 moons of Mars. So that's moon and moon is 57. 57 is 114. So we have this 114 over here. If you want to give 15 over to Jupiter, because Jupiter becomes 15 and 99 is 114. Then we have the 10 days. This becomes man's moon, the 10 days. Now we have the 10 days of the 10 moons. Now we're talking Mars and Mars. 5 days and 5 days each. We get man, Luna, and Mars and Mars. Therefore, I said Mars is Saturn's moon. We equal to 30 plus this is 123 ABC, which is the world man is in right now. It says we the people. U.S.O.A, because every time they say something, it's of. It's of who it is. It is of he of who it is. The angel. Universal soldier, angel. Let's say the shutout, the strikeout, 66, 21, and 3. 57 and 10 with the S, 57 and 10. Again, the 3 moons, 19, 19, 19. Because not only is the moon with 57, but 3 by 19 equals the 57. To equal 67, which is man. Man 10. U.S.O.A. Of is 51 because it's Mars angel. It's the O angel. The O angel, 1 and 5, is area 51, and that's Mars. It is the Mars angel. That's where the circle of life comes from, the Mars angel. The angel and A equals to 4, equals to 89. One area equals to 89. The other area equals to 86. Okay, I just want to show you something what I can do with T. Instead of T being 60 plus 2 is 62T, I can take T and make it to 86. 86 and 89, flip it upside down, it just becomes each other. We the people become 86, 89, the same number, if you flip them up the other way or this way. Of the mind of the world. Why do we do this? Because 0, even if we want this 0 over here, is valued at 15. That's how we got it the first time. Well, when we say we the people, this 0 also can be valued at 15. Right? But when I get an answer of 20 over here, the 0 inside the T, if that's 15, it makes this T value of 17. I just minus 3. 17 times 3 is 51. 51 again is the Mars moon. We are the people. It reverts from Mars 0 to T. T, we get the 78, and 78 is a calculation. 3 by 20 is 60. But if it's 3 by 26, it's 78 and 8, and we're now in the Z world. But we'd add 2 to it instead of 6. We'd have exactly 80. But if 80 is here, we go back to 86 because we can't end up on the 0, if you follow my drift. 15 times 15 is 225. At 125 is 1 1/4, and it's May 1st. At 123, it's the day before. Excuse me, 121 is the day of. What did I say this was? Anyways, what we're going to do next, we are the people of USA. If we add them together, 9 and 6 is 15 equals 6. 8 and 8 is 16 equals 7 equals the spirit of 76. We are the people, U.S.O.A. Another thing I wanted to mention in here was there was a number 188. 4 worlds of time. And there's another way to get 47. 57 creates 47 by removing the center of the clock, by multiplying 5 times 7, 5 plus 7 equals 12, and 32 equals 47. At the same time, if we want to get 57 and we go into numbers, we multiply it by 3 and add the difference, exactly like Eminem said, if we want to get the higher number. This is 4 by 47 because everything in this world is times 4. 4 by 9 is 36, and we create the 360 degrees of the 3 worlds of man, and the man that stands in the middle of the road. I want to show you something. Pretend the center one is not there, okay? Pretend this one is not there. But if I'm there, then I am, because there's 2 sides to the road, I am on the left, I am on the right, I am whole, using up both sides. I am the in-between difference of the 2 sides. I am me, and those are the roads and area of what it is. 1, 2, 1, or 2, 1, 2, which is tent and world of who I am, of who you are, you universal angel, O world. O world, the water world. The water world of Mars, possibly because we landed our planets on it. Now, I mentioned over here 60, 4 and 6, because that's who we are, equal to the 4 moons. Man, 6. Why? We add them up together. Actually, 6 and 5 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2. 4 and 6 becomes 22. We busted into life. Anyways, here's that number, 188. The other place I want to show the 188. So let me have a little sip of coffee. I wanted to show you another world of 188. Yes, that's right. It came from here. This is the man, and this is his light. This will say 166, but since we already have a 6, you put the 6 on the other side of the 1. It becomes 13 and 13, or 44, the space that man's in, the light. Bringing the light to the lighthouse. 1 spirit of 6, the 7th gate, in the 6 and 8 card. Over here, somehow from downtown below. Okay? 4 by 4 is the 160. 4 by 7 is the 28. This is man's skull. This is Neptune, and this is Venus, the divided worlds. Okay? Because although you're thinking here, your information isn't here. It's somewhere else. You're only an electronic. We're only like not even a battery. We're just like a piece of equipment that you plug up here and you plug down there and you shove us in, and all the information goes in. The information is already in us, but you have to bring us alive. We go connect to another world, and then we talk into this world with however the computer is made. That's what it is. What can I tell you? It's already been, sorry guys, the formula for building a man or a person or a human being or an animal on this earth has already been sold out. The patent has been given to man for eternal time. But still, has man done anything with the patent of creating a body that has a soul, which is an engine, which is a mind vibrator, which reads and builds and constructs and sends you to the bathroom and builds your blood and wakes you up and puts you to sleep within the same body? 188. Okay, happens to be something with universal angel. I have to think about where it came from because I just did it somewhere. So just give me a chance. Let me see if I can put it up here. I see it. Where is it? Hold on. I got to look for this 188. Because 188 is actually 94 and 94, and that's Uranus, 7th gate of the 7th gate. Uranus, Neptune, back to Uranus. That's what it seems to say. Seems like we live in Uranus, or we're connected to Uranus. And what happens on the board over here, okay, is that if we're connected to Uranus, here and here, Uranus and Neptune, okay, this is number 7. It goes all the way to here, okay. Let me show you. I don't see you. Okay, look, this over here is Uranus, okay. This is 7 and this is 6, okay. I'm not doing low shu. If I did low shu, this would be Neptune, and this would be Uranus, okay. So let's take Neptune, Uranus, and then over here is Mercury. So where is it? Right here. This is where Saturn would be. Saturn, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune. 9 and 7 they took over. But this one as being the 7th position connects with the 6th position. Why? This is 1, this is 6. That's why. Because you just flip it upside down, it's the same thing. So you connect this one with this one and this one. So you're working these over here. Looks like a hockey stick to me. This one over here is 7, 8, and 6. You got 21. Isn't that right? 7, 8, and 6. You got 21. The 188. Where did the 188 came from? It came from time, and it also came from. Sorry, I have to go back and do this again and see this. I'm trying to figure out which one it was. No, it's not. It's not here. I can't figure out where it is. Maybe I'll put it on. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I don't want to do half a video. I want to do the whole video. So let me see. Yes, here's what it is. Is when I take U.S.O.A, United States of America, and I add the numbers together, I get 188. 4 times 47 is 188, and it talks about time. 4 by 7 is 28. The Einstein theory of how locking down the men. How do you lock down the men? Well, it's pretty simple. You get all the pawns, the Ponzi scheme. You build a background of secure place where you own everything, and everybody lives in the middle of everything you own. It's a Ponzi scheme. It doesn't matter what you would do, you end up losing because they own everything. Every dimension you can imagine. Imagine this, the policeman finds out that you really didn't do it. So they bring in the army, and the army doesn't know who did it. So they keep you secure. If the policeman had you, he'd let you go, because he knows the truth. The sort of background goes, the army comes in and says, don't worry, there's a lot we have on this girl, but it's confidential. So the police go, okay, we'll move back. You have a lot on the girl, it's okay, go ahead. And then all of a sudden, the army gets taken out by somebody else from another country. Because the other country comes in and says, you owe us all this money. We're taking over. No one's getting paid. So now the army switches for another country. You want me to go on with the story? So now we have where number 188 came from. 188 came from. 188 came from. Let me see if I can just. Okay. 188 comes from this, okay, as a single digit, U.S.O.A, okay, or if you want to call it U.S.O.A or SOAK, U.S.O.A.K, it's A-K actually. Do you know why? Because in chaos, they spell it K-A-O-S-U, Chaosu. That's what it is. I'm watching Maxwell Smart. It's full of codes. Full of codes. Agent 13 is hiding in a mailbox. Okay, sing the song with the O in it. United States of America, 66 equals 3, 67 equals 4, 51 equals 6, 4 delta Mars equals 4. So now you have 3, 4, 6, 4, which makes 9449 or 499 4, Mars and Pluto. Now let me get back to the tube over here that's in front of me. Another thing I wanted to mention, okay, is the 6 and 4 I was mentioning. Don't forget, the minute you have 40, automatically 0 is replaced by 6. You automatically get this. But if you get 60, you'll get 66, and then it'll mean 68. Because you can only have one of the two. The 66 says, I'm in the middle of the street. There's 2 things in the middle of the street. There's 2 sides of the street, but no one has come to take the place. I am an empty street of 6 and 6. Somebody come and take the place. All of a sudden, I am 6-6 in a coffee cup. Say it's a number 2, so I'm 626. Someone has taken the heart of both sides. We are the people. So we are the people, okay? 428. 428, okay, is actually 466. But there's a 0 here on 466, so this one would over here be 3. So this would be 463, this number over here. These are hours in the Mayan time of a day that lasts only 15 hours, but the same amount of minutes, 1440 is the regular calendar, even though there's a 64-minute, 90-second, which is the seconds are real seconds, okay? The whole thing is because they slowed the clock down. Second is not really a second. It's a nanosecond. I forgot all about that. 90 seconds equals 64 minutes. But if it was actually 60 nanoseconds equals 90 seconds, which equals 64 minutes. But it's not 64 minutes. It's 60 minutes plus 4 minutes. Because it might be 4 minutes for the time that it goes around for the ring, the pin, from 0.0 pin in order to the out, because the pin is larger than the actual real center. The real center of anything is only actually what is on line. What is in the middle of your ink that you wrote, that is the center. So now we have 188 and 428 is 616. 428 and 428 is 112, which is also 4 moons. And 4 moons equals to the queens, because every single queen has 2 eyes. So you can count every moon as 2 eyes. So 4 queens and 2 eyes. Number 28 for man equals 56 is 112, or 11 and 2, or Venus, Venus. In and out. I see with the 2 eyes, you see with my eyes. It's linear. Eyes are linear. Are they not linear? Like I see to you, but what I see is I'm actually sucking into my eyes. Am I not sucking in? Am I looking? How does the vision go in? I'm sucking it in. Because if I didn't suck it in, how would it get to my brain? And how would my brain know the vibration of what I see? I see because my brain tells me what I see. Hit me in the head a couple of times, I may not see the same thing. So it's my head. It's not my eyes. Because my eyes are open, I don't see the same thing. It's all in my head. 4 by 28. And don't forget, 28 or anything to do with 4, just tilt the 4 on a little bit of an angle. And the 4 looks like an ace. Don't forget, if you're holding the piece of paper on one corner, and there's 4 corners, there's 3 corners left. So this becomes 112 plus 4 plus 2 plus 8 is 14 equals 126. We're into the dog pound right now. 26 times 6 is the same amount of hours, is it not? 120 and 6? 120 and 6 is 156. Forget about that. I was going to 72 times 12, 72 times 5. Yes, okay. So now we have 428 and 188. 8 and 8 is 16, and 1 is 1, and 1 is 1. Or 8 and 8 is 16, 7, 0, 1, 5. These are the 2 answers. 616, which will bring you 44 space. U.S.A., we are the people, will bring you 44 space. Okay. This is 94 Uranus. And this one over here, okay, this is the clock of Mars. 517, the Queen. What is crowned on your head as the Queen could be working with the timer in our minds. Because that Queen is the hat that they put on. We become the king. We decide where we want to go. But we're being cut off because of the crown. The Queen, or our choice to choose inside here is being cut off because we're not allowed to walk in the middle of the street. The other thing about that is, again, the queens have all the eyes. And in chess, they move the largest and to any direction, as long as it's one way. 5 times 17 is the 85 matrix spirit. H and E, the reason for Chandlin. H and E, because E and F come together. 8 and 5 come together. Remember I told you EF, the E letter comes together with the F letter because it's the E sound, and just because the E is in front of it, we see it right away. Take it as an expression to begin. So the 6 goes into 5 is 11. Or the E and F are together as the 6th letter, goes into the 5 position, but being in the 5 position, automatically it gets 2 moons. Because the 6 gets 2 moons from the 6th position into the 5 position, the only place to get a moon is on the 7 and the 8 card. But because the 7 is the 7th gate, which is rectified inside the 8 card, because the 8 card shows 2 moons, one is the 7th. They're both of the 7th gate, which brings everything into the 8th heaven, because it's man's mind that's the 8th heaven. It goes out to get the information through the 2 sides. Therefore, Chandlin would automatically change that F into an H into this area over here. And don't forget, we've already moved it from here over here. 9 and 8 come together. 6 and 9, okay, over here. You change this number over here, okay, it's usually Saturn, 6F, but when Lo-Shu comes in, it's 7G and 7 Gs. And then we come over here, number 6, which is on this angle of Aleph, AE and I, that comes together. The I comes together. The 6 and 9 play this position. They play this position because of Lo-Shu and the regular numbers, and it pulls into the 5 position. Therefore, that's one of the reasons for 5E, 8F, 3G, okay? 3G because of 7. 7 and 3. 3G. And the 9th position, I, is 1. And 1 plays from the center position, so that counts for Chaldean. The other part about this is the Ponzi scheme we mentioned, the degrees, the clubhouse, none of it because of the $5 bill. NORAD, what is this word over here? Look this up and look NU, none of it. Is this word in it or it's not? Okay, I told you because the U doesn't come after the Q, so it must be a position. Anyways, why? Look at this. There was a guy named Leeds. He wrote a book, a bunch of books and stuff. Great stuff, fantastic stuff. I mean, I'm not here to compare. Just he used this image. This image is a Y, but just turned the other way. And if you do this Y on this over here, can you see it over here, the Y over here? That's what it is. It's coming down over here. This Y. I have to find it. Okay? So it's talking about 1/2 and 2 areas of 1/4. 2 1/4. 2 1/4, 2.25, 225 years plus 5,775 years equals 6,001 years. Because on the date we blow the trumpet this year, it'll make 6,001 years because we're going into the first year of the next year, year 1. 225 is what you had before anything began because God needed 6 days to make man. When you make man, it's 6 and 4. Like I said, it was on the 6th day. 6 days of one side, 4 days of the other side before man is made in 7 days. 7 and 4. How can I express this and make you understand? I'm trying to figure out, like I said, God made man on the 6th day, but there's 9 here. There's 9. Man made God on the 6th day. There's 9. In order to complete it with an answer, it has to be 10, so there's 4 missing. This becomes 6 and 4. This becomes 6 and 4 into your Mayan time. Okay? 240 hours of 10 days. We'll discuss this later. Okay? So now we come down to over here with this letter, 225. 225 plus the Hebrew New Year this year, 5775, equals 6,000 years. Okay? We have to understand what this is. It's YZY, the Ponzi scheme, YZY. One of the reasons the French say for 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, they're always saying 0 or Ponzi and 1. O-N-E. O-N-E. How do you do it? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The summer, the summer, the summer, 17, 18, 19, 54. The time of the sun. Same answer. Y is before and after. Y is the 25th letter. It's also the 27th letter. 27 and 25, 52, Earth, Man, and 6. Z, and the first Y is 51, Mars. We live in between the vibration of 2, 3, and 4. 15, O, because the entrance space between one letter and the next. In order to reconnect the loop, you must put an O between Z and A. Be putting the rope between Z and A, that rope will have a center point, and it shows up inside the Y, and it has to show up because it has a crossing. The crossing will show the center of the point. Yo-Alev is what they say when you play craps. When you put Zoid together, it becomes 68 and 66 equaling to 134, a dimension of electric company. You can also say Noi, turn it the other way. Why? Because N has the famous way it goes. It becomes whatever you want it to be in its own family. 25 and 26 is 51. 15 and 26 is 41. Game Monopoly, 51, 61, 66 as number 27 letter would be 68. 6 and 6 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 8 and 6 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 3 and 5. 3 times 5, 3 plus 5, 15 and 8. The most you can get in pull. equals to 23. 23, 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 11, 11. I just told you. When you played a game of craps, they're always screaming yo. And that's 11, 11, the same numbers you get from this. You get 42, which is the distance between 5 and 9, the distance on the inside of 5 and 9. 5 and 9 is 6, 7, and 8, which is 2, 3, and 4. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2 equals 6 and 8. Why do I say that? Because 1 to 5 is 2, 3, and 4. Now let's bring out the 10 worlds. 2 and 8 is 10. 3 and 7 is 10. 4 and 6 is 10. 10, 10, 10. You're in jail. You're between 5 and 9. Here's your 9. Your jail is here. 52 is your Venus, Jupiter, says Uranus. 2 and 5. 15, we add them all up. 26 and 26 and 27 is 53, electric company. 63, 68, the angel of man. 78, 88, 93, the man of Saturn. Man is a giant. Raphael, 72, 86, in the constellation of Pegasus. It's the time we're in, my friends. We had 616 was the total, right? We figured this out. The 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 is 6 and 7. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 is 6 and 7. 6 by 7 is 42. 6 and 7 is 13, is 55. 6 by 7, 6 plus 7 is 55, 55, 110 stories of the Twin Towers. Raphael, 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I didn't finish yet. There was one other thing I wanted to mention. We mentioned the passion fruit. The center of this. Do you see the way I can create 2 eyes here and a face? This becomes the face of one's person. Man's head is exactly what we have to look at. Up with the head, she said. This is the Christmas tree. Man's head. Man's fingers. Lee is onto something. Leeds is onto something. Raphael, 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. It's been fun. It's been fun. Ronnie, there's nobody here. What do you mean there's nobody? You mean I talk to myself? That's right, Ronald. You talked to yourself for the last 40 minutes. There's nobody here even interested to break into your computer to follow you. But you already have 2 views and you're not finished yet. Well, that's okay, Ronald. You know why I do this, Ronald, don't you? Yes, I know why. So I should see what I do, so if I have a problem remembering what I did yesterday, I can just turn myself on and watch just to know. But you know what, Ronald? Why don't you share it with everybody? But that's embarrassing. What if somebody says something wrong? Don't worry, Ronald. If they say something different, that's a plus for you. It's something you didn't think that they thought. Now you can look and have another way to see things. Oh, right on. Oh, shit. So if they say something bad, that's good. They say something good, it means you're onto something. So you're always getting information no matter what happens. Wow. That's cool. Mr. Tackmans, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So did we use that number 42? We were talking about number 42 before. Okay, I was talking about number 42 over here. Or number 40. Anyways, this number over here is the 2, 3, and 4 because it goes with the 6 and 8. This one over here. If this goes with 6 and 8, how do I get the 13 worlds? I get a 9 here for 13 and 11. 1 and 1 is 2. So I would get 9 and 2. So now you know where 9 and 2 came from. 6 and 8 came 9 and 2 and 7 and 6. Do it again. Okay. If you want to take this to the 7 worlds, you need 5. This one to the 7 worlds, you need 3. 5 and 3 becomes your electric company, becomes your 11, 11. You take this over here, the odds on this and that on 6, 4 and 2 is 7 to 6. Okay? If you go in and you want to bring it into the 13 world, 9 and 4 is 13. 11 and 2 is 13. 1 and 1 is 2. You end up with 2 and 9 from 2 and 4. So now you know the difference. So for somebody who's doing pi, 3.141592, I just showed you all the reasons right over here between YZY. Raphael, 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. I ain't got a nanosecond left over in my video. Why are you talking like that? Thank you for watching. Just want to show you one thing. Sometimes people say, do you have eyes behind the glasses? And I go, yeah, I'll show you them now.